So I think a good place to start is top down. So let's say we are that leader, that manager.
Yeah.
Where do we start on this? Like, how do we know what we should be asking of our team? How do we know that 20% that we should keep to author up to, the next person above us? Like, where do we begin in this?
Yeah, totally. So there's 3 starting places for this, and kind of in order. So the first one is, I would encourage you to buy the book. And I'm not just saying that as a shameless plug, but it provides the language, because you want to start talking to your team about this idea of author editor, because it helps to define those roles and those seats.
Yes.
And what's beautiful about this is people get it like this. It's so sticky. Every client I've even talked to, even just a 5-minute conversation with the CEO, they say, I got it. And I talked to them 6 months later, and turns out everybody in the company's talking author editor. So it's a really simple concept. So get the concept clarified first so people know what you're talking about. Second, so in order, second would be start to make your expectations really clear about what you're looking for. So say, to them, I want you to bring ideas around this. I want you to come up with how we approach it, but the main goals are kind of, this is the why, the what, the when. People have often heard me talk about commander's intent, which comes from the military. You want to establish your commander's intent, your why, your what, your when, but let them dictate the how, okay? And the third step is probably the most important. Every single meeting you have with your direct reports, they have to be bringing something for you to react to. The minute they show up with nothing and they say, so what do you want to talk about today? What they've essentially done is they say, okay, you're authoring, I'm editing. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of work for you, because now you're driving those meetings and you're telling them what to do, and they're just sitting back passively reacting. So they need to be authoring to you, but they're not going to do that until you change that relationship. So you've got to require every time you have a meeting with them, they bring you something, and tell them that. Okay, so my expectation is when you come to the meeting, you're not only going to bring me your point of view around what's going on, but author some ideas on what we can do to improve things. And then you and I will talk through it together. And the minute they come without something prepared, you've got to say, well, I can see you're not ready to meet today. Why don't we have our meeting tomorrow or next week and move it? So those are the 3 things. So start off by teaching the language, and you could use the book to do that. Make sure your expectations are clear, your commander's intent, and then ensure that every single time they come to a meeting, they bring something for you to react to, because that will make sure you sit in the editor seat and they sit in the author seat.
Okay.